All right, this is where we left off last time, which was the end of the day, and I was tired and overwhelmed. Coming in here this morning with some sunshine after a decent night's sleep, I wouldn't say good, but decent night's sleep, I am feeling a little more confident. So, yes, there are piles everywhere, but I have to say that a lot of this stuff does have places to go. Most of these containers here are actually empty, so I'll be able to store stuff in a good portion of this. Now, some of this is full 12 by 12, like sticker sheets and things, so I will have to keep a portion of that at the tall height. So the good news is that I do have space for a lot of things. So the goal for today is to get these piles organized, and that means working on some deeper organization. Like, you can't see it, but behind the TV monitor there is a set of drawers, and over here is another set of drawers. So I am going to be really focusing on stuff like this so that I know I have the things that I reach for the most right next to me. I also definitely need to get my space usable again because I have some deadlines coming up for the design teams that I'm on, and I need to be able to film and record and work on projects. I will pop in later along in the process and show you the progress I've made, including rearranging this shelf. Here is a little bit of a midpoint update. I have gotten some things up on my pegboard. I'm liking how some of those things are organized. I'm not sure if it will exactly stay like that. These are a bunch of color swatches, and I do want those to live with my colors. The way the studs worked out, that's how I had to mount the shelves. So I could put some little sticky hooks. I love the 3M command hooks a lot. I could put those hooks over there and hang up my color swatches that way. I do need to go to Michael's and get some more of these trays to see if I can move up all of my color mediums up here. I did create a bin. Let's see if you can see it way down there in the corner. That is a lot of the heavy stuff, and that will make it so that my pegboard can handle the smaller, prettier stuff. But all in all, this section is way better. This is my drying rack. I used to wash and dry my stencils in the laundry room, which is now downstairs. So that is going to be way less convenient. I have to figure out what to do with that drying rack. I know it doesn't really look like it, but it is. Underneath here is a little drying rack. Let's see. I did move the printer up. I adjusted the shelving so that I could put my sets of drawers underneath there. I've got my manual die cut machine and my Cricut on there. These are more tall stickers and embellishments that I need to organize. I've got my watercolor stuff so far, and then one more level of storage up there. I don't know, but I put it up there in case I need that space. And then this shelf has come together much better. I moved some things around so that I could fit all of my vertical storage. So I have these file racks from Amazon that are made for storing file folders just like these, but I find they work great for die cutting plates. I've got my Misty stamping tool in here, my Sizzix stamping tool. I even have my press plate system in there, my grip mat, a stamp mat, things like that, all fit nicely in there. And this is my bin of dies that I use on a regular basis instead of being stored with all the other dies and stamps. Two things that I'm working on next are my stickers and cardstock stickers, those kinds of things, which I'm thinking will go this direction. And that includes moving these bins into that system. So I've got to work on those, but right now, the really big thing that I'm working on is all of this. So all of this stuff came out of my drawer. So every drawer is empty except that one because I know that's where I want that one to be. That is my embossing drawer. It might move to the other side, but I definitely want an embossing drawer right at my desk, so that is going to be there. As for all of this other stuff, I have to decide what is going into these drawers again and what needs to go somewhere else. Like all of this, I have a whole bunch of mediums over here. So this is all alcohol ink and this is all acrylic paint stuff. So yes, I am working on organizing all of this stuff so that I have these drawers with all of the stuff I use most often. Okay, it is actually the next day because I just couldn't get through it all. But here is where we are at with the floor pile. This stuff is staying. This stuff I'm not sure about. I'm having a hard time with the idea of getting rid of certain things, and that is a pile of that. This is a pile of mixed media containers that I think I'm just going to put back downstairs. There's some more storage and organizational stuff that will just go back downstairs. This whole half of the basket, I know you can't see in there very well, but all of that stuff is going away. So that means that I have got this table cleared off again, which is very nice. In the process of finding permanent homes for things, these markers got pulled out, and I think a lot of them are dead, so I need to go through those. On my desk, I still have those things to go through. So that is next. All right, I have made excellent progress today. As you can see, the floor is clear, which is very nice because I'm not tripping over things now. For the most part, my table is clear. I did go and pick up a few more organizational items, both from IKEA and Michael's for the pegboard, but we'll get to that on another day. My desk is mostly clear. We have the markers that I mentioned earlier. This stuff I really thought I was going to take downstairs because it's different containers for alcohol inks and acrylic paints. And while I don't need them right by my side, I do have some empty drawers where they may fit. So I'm just not sure what to do with those yet. I don't think there's too much that changed over here, but I almost forgot. What I did just a few minutes ago was mount my TV and my computer onto this arm that clamps onto my desk from IKEA, so I don't need to drill holes in the wall for the TV mount. All right, what else has changed? I got the printer plugged in and powered up, and I'm going to see if it will work on the Wi-Fi. I think that's been an issue in the past, and we may need to drill a hole in the floor and bring up an Ethernet cable. I do have my Crickets plugged in. I have started clearing out some of these drawers and storing things that I want to keep up here long-term in here. This stuff needs a lot of organization, and these bins cannot stay stacked this tall because the walls are crooked. And this tower is ever so slightly, or not so slightly, leaning forward, and that is not stable. I've got up in these bins, all of those sticker sheets and stuff that I mentioned are now stored in these bins, and I don't like it. I don't like the color, and I really don't like the look of the paperboard ones. I thought I would, but I am not liking it. I might move. In fact, this stuff up here all is feeling crowded and ugly to me, so I might move all of this stuff over here so that when I have my camera on, this is what you're going to see behind me, and I want this to be lovely because that was part of the reason to move out of the basement, is so that I could have some loveliness. I've got a window with flowers, and I'm going to have some pretty curtains, so we'll do something pretty with this shelf. But tomorrow to tackle, I have a few more shelves to put up, some more storage organization for my pegboard, and this will probably be the point where I'm going to want one more pegboard, but I have lots of coupons from Michael's right now, so I'm getting really good deals. So I guess that is it. I am happy not to be tripping over things in here, and that is the biggest accomplishment, along with getting my filming set up, so I feel like I can work again. That is the end of this one, and I will see you in the next one.